Okay, here we are, episode 4. My standout scenes from this episode. Let's see what we've got here. Oh, yes. So it starts 2 years after they enlisted, and it's showing them training under the commandant from the last episode. And of course, Armin is having serious trouble because the equipment's heavy and the little guy not very physically strong. And after the commandant tells him that he'd be tight on food, Reiner grabs his pack to help him, and Armin's worried that he might get docked for doing that. And the commandant does see it, but he actually doesn't do anything. He just observes how Reiner is the kind of soldier that's trusted by his comrades. And then Armin actually grabs the pack back and decides he's going to complete the run even if it kills him. Still a nice little kind of character building spice of the episode. And then the next scene, when they're during the training, cutting the targets on the back of the wooden Titans, and Pani Leonhardt is introduced. So an interesting scene happens when they show Eren during his training, and he goes at it. He comes in and he does strike it, but then he realizes that he had poor strike depth, and that actually comes in important later on in this episode. Okay, and then the next standout scene happens at the end of the episode. Sasha joins them, and she has in her possession a slab of meat which she actually stole from the officers' rations, I think it was. And everyone is shocked that she would be so brazen and wondering she's going to also end up in jail, and that she's really an idiot. But then when she talks about how they could split it and make sandwiches, and she's salivating if they can very craven and scale of honey. And then everybody decides that they're going to join in and have some of it. It's a nice little kind of light-hearted thing, which kind of reinforces who we know Sasha to be, and just kind of is like a bonding experience for the rest of the squad. And then the next scene, which stands out to me, comes right after this, where Eren is reflecting on how so much time has passed since the attack, and how much they've done and how prepared they are, the things that they've changed, and that he really believes that they can win against the Titans now, and that they're really going to be able to counterattack. And then this scene, where out of nowhere the Colossal Titan appears, and at first you don't know if it's really real, but then you see everybody looking, and then he kicks in the gate, and I realize that okay, it is a real attack. And then in this really dramatic scene where Samuel is falling, he's injured, and Sasha runs down the wall after him, risking her life, of course, but then she manages to spear him in the leg and save him from falling to obviously what would be his death. And then after all of that, Eren realizes that the wall has been breached, and now the Titans are going to come inside, and he has a flashback to his mom. But instead of being afraid and not being able to do anything, he remembers his motivation. And then all of a sudden he grits his teeth and he starts commanding his squad that they're going to attack and that they're going to take out the Colossal Titan. And he does some fancy maneuvers in the air, and then when he faces it, you can see determination in his eyes, and says it's been 5 years And then, of course, the episode ends there on a cliffhanger. But that was a great scene. That really ratcheted up everything and made you really excited for what's going to come in the next episode. Yeah, so that's it for episode 4. See you next episode 5.